Usitoke Moshadha ukuje upige kura Nairobi.
Usijaribu.
Na wewe usitoke area yako ende upige kura area nyingine.
Usijaribu.
Atijua dhao.
Tumengoja 5 good years.
5 good years.
Tutoe huyu kiongozi ngozi.
Alafu unataka kutupigia kura.
Unakuja uharibu.
Unaachia nani area yako?
Wewe.
Unapiga kura area yangu unaachia nani area yako?
Fagia kwako.
Kunia kwako. Umbwa ibwekee kwao.
Ibwekea kwenyu.
Correction.
Mimi naona ni kama tuko tayari for change. Hatutaki mabadiliko hii nchi. Na hawa watu wenye mnasikia wanasema 10 bila break, huenda wakatuchekelea after 2027. Kwa sababu prediction yao yazafanyika. Let me explain before you mnitupie mawe. Ruto ameanza kuapply ile tekniki yake alitumia 2022 akiomba kura. Leo amepeana pasta gari kule Ukambani na akachukua tena, waumini wakipiga makofi. The same technique ameanza. Ruto amepatia kijana yake sekta ya kudeal na Genz. So Ruto ana deal na mapasta na waumini wale wazee. Kijana yake amempatia sekta ya nini? Ya kudeal na Genz. In what way? Kuna event kijana Ruto aliorganize Kwale County, Diani. Wenye walienda ni maGenz. Mwisho walifungiwa wapi? Walifungiwa Diani, hawakuvuka kwenda Nairobi. Juu ilikuwa waende Nairobi, next day ilikuwa ni maandamano. They didn't go. Walienda Diani wakalewa, wakajisahau, njia ikafungwa. Na ujue in that event ya huko Diani ilikuwa inaitwa Summer Festival. Kuna msichana alikufa. Juzi ama ni jana, kijana Ruto huyo tu akaorganize another event. maGenz wakaenda hapo karibu wote. In that event kuna kijana alikufa. Aya, mkiulizwa mnasema sisi hatuna shida na kijana, tuko na shida na babake. Ndio maana babake amedispatch huyo kijana kuja kuwapumbaza akili. Siku ya kupiga kura maGenz hamtatokea kwa kituo. Kuna game inapangwa hapa, vile mtawekwa chini hamtaenda kupiga kura. Mtaleweshwa, kuna event zitapangwa mtaenda, ID utakuwa unaacha kwa mlango. Ukija kuchukua ID utapata una ID. You will not vote kwa sababu ya nyinyi. Mimi naona 10 bila break inaweza fanyika. Na mtu mwenye watalaumiwa ama watu wenye watalaumiwa ni nyinyi maGenz. Kwa sababu kijana ya huyu mtu amumtaki anawaita festivals, mnaenda kufungiwa huko vile mlifungiwa Diani. Babake sasa ameanza kupeana magari. The same thing alikuwa anafanya kiomba kura. Na watu wameanza kuchukua, including pastors. Pastors wanarudi kuwauza kwa Ruto. Na kijana Ruto anarudi kununua Genz. Na usiseme ako na pesa gani kutununua, mtaleweshwa. The same way mlifungiwa Diani, ndio mtafungiwa mtapiga kura. Hii family iko na akili, wamejipanga. Na nyinyi mnasema mko wajanja. Hii family msipochunga wanaenda kuwacheza na watawafunga dakika ya mwisho. I'm telling you, Ruto atatumia vijana wake, his own sons, to deal na mayouth. Huku akideal na mapasta and the elderly. Kwa sababu kama kuna watu wameletea hii Kenya shida, ni kanisa na watu wazee ndio wameletea nchi shida. Na vijana wakaamka, lakini nyinyi vijana mtarudishwa kwa usingizi na kijana ya Ruto. Ma festival mnaattend, endeleeni kuattend. Si mnasema mna shida na kijana yake? Keep on attending. Huko ndio mtego wenu Ruto ameweka na itawanasa, haki ya Mungu. Endeleeni kufuatana na hiyo family. That guy will be sworn in for a second term. I've warned you. Mwenye atatusi atusi. Lakini mtakuja kuniambia hii later. I've told you.
If you wanted to stop Africa from becoming a superpower, you wouldn't have to invent a new strategy. The blueprint has already been written, tested, and perfected over centuries. You'd start by making sure Africa never unites. The easiest way to do that is by keeping people divided along ethnic, tribal, and religious lines. If they ever start working together, remind them of past grievances. Stoke old wounds. Fund separatist movements. Keep border disputes unresolved. Make sure every time they take one step forward, they take 2 steps back because they're too busy fighting each other. You'd install leaders who serve foreign interests, not their people. Find the most corrupt, the most easily manipulated, the ones who crave wealth and status more than progress. Offer them power in exchange for loyalty. If a leader rises who actually cares about Africa, get rid of them. Assassinate them if necessary. But if that's too messy, just destabilize their government and back a coup. If they talk about nationalizing resources, make an example out of them. If they try to unite Africa, take them out before the idea spreads. You'd keep Africa economically weak by making sure it never industrializes. Let them export raw materials, but never process them themselves. Control the mines, the oil fields, the rare earth minerals. Keep them selling cheap and buying expensive. If a country tries to break free and build its own industries, sabotage it. Place sanctions, destabilize its currency, fund local opposition, crash its economy. If that doesn't work, orchestrate a civil war. People can't build when they're too busy trying to survive. You'd make sure their education system produces workers, not innovators. Teach them history that glorifies their oppressors. Make them think their cultures are primitive. Their ancestors were savages. Their future depends on foreign approval. Train them to memorize, not to think critically. Keep their best and brightest looking overseas for opportunities. Make them dream of escaping Africa rather than fixing it. Offer scholarships that take their top minds to the West and never encourage them to return. Let the continent keep training doctors and engineers only for them to go enrich other nations. You'd control their narratives. Own their media. Control their stories. Dictate their image to the world. Make them believe they are corrupt, hopeless, eternally in crisis. Flood their screens with poverty porn and war zones. Show them charity ads that make them believe they are helpless without foreign aid. Downplay their successes. Twist their victories into isolated incidents. If an African country develops a groundbreaking innovation, credit a foreign investor. If an African leader implements a successful policy, frame it as an anomaly rather than proof of competence. You'd make sure they remain dependent. Drown them in debt. Offer loans with impossible conditions. Force them to privatize everything so foreign corporations own their water, their electricity, their land. When they struggle, give them just enough aid to keep them alive, but never enough to make them self-sufficient. Use charities to create a culture of reliance rather than resilience. Make them think foreign intervention is necessary, that they can't solve their own problems, that they always need help from the outside. You'd suppress their military strength. Keep their armies weak, their defense industries non-existent. Sell them weapons to fight each other, but never let them develop high-tech military technology. If a country tries to build a strong defense system, accuse them of being a threat to stability. Make sure they always need foreign peacekeepers, foreign military bases, foreign advisors controlling their security. Keep them vulnerable to invasion, coups, and foreign interference. The formula is simple. Divide, corrupt, exploit, miseducate, control. Keep them fighting each other. Keep them looking outside for solutions. Keep them poor, dependent, insecure. Make sure every attempt to break free is met with resistance so strong that the next generation thinks twice before trying again. This isn't a theory. It's history. The real question isn't how to stop Africa from becoming a superpower. It's how Africa can break the cycle despite every effort to keep it down.
Correction. Youthman chukua kura.
Lazima.
Na usiogope kupiga kura. Juu after tumepiga kura tunazichunga mpaka ngware. Tunawasaidia kuzihesabu.
Mpaka rena ngware.
Hakuna wizi wa kura. Youthman chukua kura.
Wanatugeuza IEBC.
Na upige kura Youthman. Correction.
Ni sisi wale tutamutoa kwa hiyo kitu. Aki walai.
Hata afanye nini?
Aki walai.
Hata afanye nini?
Sisi ni wale tulimuweka. Sisi ni wale tutamutoa kwa kiti. Apenda asipende tutamutoa. Mimi nakwambia tutamutoa. Tulimuweka na tunamutoa. Hauwezi akatufanyia vitu kama hivi. Nimeshinda kufanya biashara ya pikipiki kwa barabara. Mafuta imeenda inaelekea 300. What is this? Hey, apana.
In 2022, most Genzs were too young to vote. But by 2027, 14 million Genzs will be eligible to vote, a massive increase of 79%. Back in 2022, youth aged between 18 and 34 made a total of 8.8 million of registered voters, accounting for 40% of Kenya's total voter base. Right now, Gen Z is aged between 13 and 28 years. This means millions will be ready to vote in 2027. The total number of youth voters is expected to hit 17 million, forming the largest and possibly most influential voting bloc in the country. This generation isn't just big in numbers. They have led protests, mobilized online, and called out for accountability. But the big question remains, will they show up at the ballot and use their numbers to change the game in 2027?
So you count 9th of August 22, to 8th of August 2023. That is 1 year. So that when we are starting 9th of August 23, we have now moved to the next year. So year 1 is 9th of August 22, ends on 8th of August 23. That's year 1.
Okay.
Year 2 is 9th of August 23 to 8th of August 24. Year 3 is 9th of August 24 to 8th of August 25. Year 4 is 9th of August 25 to 8th of August 26. Then the most important is year 5, running from 9th of August 2026, ending on the 8th of August 2027. Write that one down. Year 5 runs from 9th of August 2026, and it ends on the 8th of August 2027. You are told in Article 136(2)(a) to find the second Tuesday in August inside the 5th year and conduct your elections. Can only be in 2026. If it had said after 5 years, we will have done it in 2027. If it had said every 5 years, it will have been in 2027. But it said inside the 5th year, 9th of August 26 to 8th of August 27. Find the second Tuesday in August.
Does the president know mempangia hivi? Yo, so basically elections ni 2026.
2026. But legacy politicians have been lying to Kenyans. And our people are suffering for lack of knowledge.
So si tulikuwa nangoja kufanya election 2027.
I am now struggling with a nation that seems to think and forget that a president is entitled to a 5-year term. He's not. How are we going to achieve this? We'll achieve this purely by saying, adherence to the Constitution, go and look at your Constitution, second Tuesday of August in the 5th year, conduct your elections. Pure and simple. Are there any budgetary implications of this? Of course, we finance our elections management body every year. And we make provisions on the conduct of those elections. And so, the budget implications of it are not out of the ordinary. They are the usual financial commitments the Kenyan people make whenever they are supposed to donate their sovereign power to their democratically elected representatives. Are there supporting cases in support of this? I'll say this. One thing Kenyans need to understand. The structure of our constitution adopted the American model. That is why you have a Supreme Court. You have a bicameral parliament. You have a pure presidential system. This model was moving away from the Westminster model, mixed member, which was a quasi-presidential and quasi-parliamentary system. We went purely presidential system. And if the American Constitution was at the background of our drafting, and we've adopted those structures, we equally adopted the 4-year term limits for elected offices. But for certainty, the Constitution of Kenya adopted that the elections are held on the second Tuesday of August, in the 5th year, inside the 5th year. So you are guaranteed a 4-year term. Then on the second Tuesday in August, we conduct elections in that 5th year.
Okay. All right. Sasa hii leo tumpatie tu lakini. Yes, let's.
Correction. Usitoke Moshadha kuja upige kura Nairobi.
Usijaribu.
Na wewe usitoke area yako ende upige kura area nyingine.
Usijaribu.
Atijua dhao.
Tumengoja 5 good years.
5 good years.
Tutoe huyu kiongozi ngozi.
Alafu unataka kutupigia kura.
Unakuja uharibu.
Unaachia nani area yako?
Wewe.
Unapiga kura area yangu unaachia nani area yako?
Fagia kwako.
Kunia kwako. Umbwa ibwekee kwao.
Ibwekea kwenyu.
Correction.
This is Selector Dede.
Wanadhani ya si bongo lala, ikikupita we bongo lala. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunazoza. Hati jikuku mewaka sana, na mabisto na chafua rada. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunazoza. Hakuna mboka, peleke shuleni watasoma. Madaktari wamegoma, hapo sani Yesu atatuponya. Wambie punde imechoka sana, farasi bado ijapatikana. Ni mandai wanagonya na mali wanaponda, unakonda wananona. Maandamano, amise maandamano,